Have you ever felt like you had to choose between being a woman of faith and caring about how you look? This channel is for you. Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm here to show Christian women that beauty isn't vanity. It's confidence. It's showing up as the woman God made you to be. Welcome to my channel, Becoming Her in Christ. So let's get back into the video. Oily skin can cause your makeup to break down faster, but the real fix starts before makeup even touches your skin. A full face of makeup and skin prep for oily skin. Now, I think I've said this before, I really do heavily rely on my skin prep for my makeup application. I sometimes do use a primer, but that's for like a special occasion. So I would skip a primer. I do have oily skin, and this is going to be a part of my course that I'm going to be doing here on YouTube, is how to elevate your everyday makeup. So I just wanted to start with this video and share kind of what I do to kind of elevate my makeup look. So let's first talk about my skin. So I do have oily skin, but it's not like, I'm not dripping, if that makes sense. I'm not dripping with oil. So I do like to keep my skin really nice and hydrated, because when you have oily skin, you're kind of lacking that moisture because of how much oil you produce. So I really like to heavily rely on hydration. Even though I don't have too much oil, I don't use like all of the hydration, but I do use hydration. A lot of hydrating products. So the first thing that I'm going to go in with is, I have been loving this again. This is one of my favorite liquid exfoliants. This is the Naturium BHA liquid exfoliant. I love it. So I'm just going to use this with a cotton round just to start exfoliating my face. And I do also have my brows on already. I feel like for oily skin, it can really help to do your brows first, so your brows don't slip and slide, so it's an easier application for the brows, and then you can like touch it up later if any foundation removed any of the brow. So we're just going to take this and just start exfoliating my face. For a long time, I actually I still kind of think I might have combo skin because of how not so oily I am. I mean, I actually could be combo skin, but I don't know. Do you have any recommendations on how to figure that out? I would love to know, because if I'm combo or oily, because I really want to try to figure that out and try to tailor my skincare routine to my skin type. That's what I've been really trying to work on. Okay, next, after the liquid exfoliant, another product that I have absolutely been loving, that I've been really, really liking, is from Medicube. This is the Medicube Zero Pore Pads. They're like little toning pads. I absolutely love it. And I do really like that it comes with a little applicator to get the pads out. I really appreciate that. It's so easy just to use the tweezers and get them out. So just the same thing, I'm going to apply this to the skin. Sometimes I do go in with like a toner, a milky toner, like the ITK one. I just wanted to use something quick and easy. Next, I've actually never thought of me kind of using this before, but after using it, I love it. This is the COSRX Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. I really do love this essence. And the texture is very interesting. I really like it. It's like almost sticky, but it feels watery, which I like. And then I am going to just let this kind of soak in for about 60 seconds. While I let that soak in, I'm going to talk about the next product that I'm going to be using. I don't use this for every skin prep that I do. Sometimes I do go in with this moisturizer. This is from Review Beauty. This is the Signature Skin Dream Barrier Cream. I really, really do love this. I haven't given this a full, I should use this more often, because I don't use it as much as like my pre-cool moisturizer. But I do definitely want to start using this moisturizer again. And because I typically use it at night, I kind of want to start using it during the day, but not every day. The next product I'm going to use is a lip treatment. This lip treatment is also from Review Beauty. This is my favorite lip treatment I've ever tried. I like it better than the Laneige Sleep Mask. Amazing. This is the Lip Renewal Treatment Oil from Review Beauty. This is actually new too because I cannot find my current one that I was using. Alright, now we can go into the makeup. For me and my routine, I kind of like to do my eyes first because I find if I'm doing, like, let's say an eyeliner and I already have a base on and I already have a blush on, it kind of removes the blush when I'm like kind of resting my pinky here and doing eyeliner. Or resting my hand here and doing my eyeliner. The blush always comes off and that drives me nuts. So I kind of switched up the order of application. This is definitely an optional thing and a personal thing. That is just what I do. And eye base, I have been really liking the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Or no, the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly. I'm going to take the Nikki Rose and BK Beauty, the N16, I think this is. The number rubbed off, so I don't remember exactly what it is. And I'm just going to prep the eyes with this. And I like to go up right underneath the brow, just to also kind of clean up any mistakes that I have, and just to kind of carve out the brow, bottom of the brow. I don't typically carve out the top of the brow anymore, just because I feel like that is really kind of that like block brow look, and I don't like that. I just want everything to be soft and natural. Alright, I'm not going to powder just yet because I'm going to now apply a cream eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes Cream Eyeshadow in Mauve. I just feel like with this shade, it looks so nice with my eyes, with my blue eyes. I don't know, just like a taupey mauve shade. Just looks so good. And I'm going to use the same brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of the brush. I'm just going to blend that in the crease. I do sometimes add a little bit more. Same thing to the other, same thing to the other eye. Then I like to set the cream eyeshadow with a like-minded powder. I'm going to go into the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the Neutrals eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to take this shade, set the cream eyeshadow. This brush kind of has a little bit of shimmer on it. Alright, now let's go to eyeliner. I'm going to take my favorite eyeliner shade from Review Beauty. This is the Review Beauty Soft Definition Longwear Eyeliner in Drift. I found a new trick with the eyeliner that I'm going to show in a sec, and it is amazing. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a very thin line on the outer part of the eye, and I'm not going to create a wing. So a very thin line on the outer corner, and I kind of stop about right where the iris is. Then I take a very thin eyeliner brush. This brush is the best very thin eyeliner brush that I have had. This is the BK Beauty 208 brush. It is very thin. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to look straight in my mirror. I'm going to look straight in my mirror, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring the eyeliner out. All right, now we're going to set the eyeliner. So I'm going to go back into the Makeup by Mario palette, and I'm going to take this shade with the Review Beauty eyeliner brush just to set the eyeliner. Kind of goofed a little bit on my right eye for the eyeliner. Alright, next, for every day, I like to use a brown eyeliner. Almost every day. I don't use it typically every day, but most days I would reach for a brown. So I'm going to use the the Revie Beauty Effortless Lash Classic Curve Mascara. I'm going to look down into my mirror. The skin prep has nicely absorbed into the skin. There's a little bit of tackiness. It's perfect for complexion, or for application now. So I haven't used this foundation in a while, and this one is great for oily skin. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Impeccable Blurring Foundation. You can either, for oily skin for foundation, you can do a satin or a matte. I mean, sometimes I've tried like dewy finishes before. Like I said at the beginning, my skin is not super oily, so I can use like a luminous foundation, but I do prefer a matte or a satin, like the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. That is another great one. So I'm going to do about 2 pumps on the back of my hand. This is in the shade 1CR. And I'm going to take the BK Beauty 101 brush. I do not like applying foundation with a sponge. I've tried it before. There's something different about applying it with a sponge and then, applying it with a brush and then going in and kind of pressing the foundation in with the sponge, like I'm going to do in a second. It's just, a brush application is so much better than a sponge. I mean, it's a nice look, but a nice application, but I just prefer using a brush. And we avoided the under eye purposefully because I don't want any creasing, or I don't want it to be too cakey in the under eyes. Alright, now everything is looking nice and smooth, and I almost don't need to use the Beauty Blender just to press everything in, because the brush pressed it in very nicely. But if I were to do that, I would use like a beauty blender like this. This is the Rare Beauty Blender, and I love it. It is one of my favorites. What sometimes I actually do is, when I have less product on the brush, I just like to kind of use it as a beauty blender, and just kind of, that's what I did for today. And just kind of tap it all in, and that's the same effect that it would give with the Beauty Blender. And I do make sure that there's no foundation on the brush before I go in and press the foundation. Next, we are not going to do concealer just yet. You know what I forgot to apply that I should have applied? I forgot to apply my sunscreen for my skin prep. But this is a sunscreen that I would typically use on an everyday basis. This is the Prequel Sun Barrier Mineral Sunscreen. Next, we're going to go right into bronzer. I'm going to take my Ciel Sculpt and Protect SPF 30. I've been really enjoying this bronzer stick. It's completely messy though. I'm just going to start it kind of like right in this area, kind of like right there, a little higher. I'm going to go closer to the hairline when applying it on the forehead. And that's really only the typical places that I like to bronze and contour. I'm going to take the BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy, the A507 brush, to apply it, or to blend it. Oh, did I say the shade? No. This is 01 Light. And this shade is perfect for my complexion, or for my skin tone. And I like to pinch the brush when blending in the nose contour. And we're not going to do concealer yet. I'm going to now use the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush. This blush is perfect for oily skin. I do really love this one. And this is typically the only cream blush. I mean, I do have other ones, but this is the only one that I use every day. It's so good. And I'm going to use the BK Beauty and Nikki Rose, the N17 brush to apply this. Oh, and this is in the shade Hope. And now this is when we go in with a concealer. I'm going to take the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Probably one of the best concealers for oily skin. It is so nice. So what I did is I just basically put it in the middle first. And then what I'm going to do is for the under eyes, I'm not going to go right up against the lash line. I'm going to go slightly underneath it, just so there's less product up underneath the lash line. I mean, of course there's going to be some product up there, but it's not going to be a lot. And what I like to use instead of a brush like this, I mean, I do still blend in my concealer with this brush, but I like to use another brush from BK Beauty and Nikki Rose. This is the N20S brush. And just like how this blends concealer is amazing for every day. It's just so good. And I do like that it diffuses product as well. I do go in and it kind of like spread out weirdly on my nose, which does often. I'm gonna go back with my bronzer brush. Just go back and reinforce that. All right, now we can go in with some powder products. First, I'm gonna go in with blush. This blush shade is my favorite. This is from Review Beauty. This is the Endless Diffusion Everyday Baked Blush in Heaven. I'm gonna use the Review Beauty blush brush to apply this to set the cheeks. Then I'm gonna use my powder bronzer. This one is from Dior. This is the Dior Forever Nude Matte Filter Powder Bronzer in the shade 2 Light, or 02 Light. I'm going to take the BK Beauty and Nikki Rose, the N15 brush to set the CL bronzer stick. This is to set the rest of the face, like the T-zone. This powder has become one of my favorites for my skin type. This is the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I have the shade Translucent. This is just such a great powder for oily skin. It's amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a small amount of powder with the BK Beauty and Nikki Rose, the N14, tap off the excess. And I'm going to also just kind of pre-blend it in the palm of my hand. And then now start to set T-zone. So nice and smooth, and it blurs the larger pores so nicely. I have like larger pores in this area, and it just blends it so beautifully, or blurs it so beautifully. All right, now we can go straight into the lips. Oh, that's right here. Okay, I'm going to now remove the lip treatment that's on my lips. I had enough time to soak in, so now I'm just going to remove it. And I'm going to go in with lip liner. Now, if you saw my short, I have a short up right now on my YouTube channel where I shared my favorite lip combo, and I also do this technique every time I do my lips, so I wanted to show it here as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Revie Beauty Soft Definition Longwear Lip Liner in the shade Almond. I'm first going to line my lips on the natural lip line. Or you just want to overline the lips in the center, not really on the outsides, because that can really look like a clown lip. What I like to do is I like to do one lip at a time. So I do my bottom lip first. And that switches every day. Sometimes I do my top lip first, sometimes I do my bottom lip first. And I'm taking a brush to blend it. This is the Mickey Rose and BK Beauty, the N22 brush. I'm just blending the lip line. And that's another thing that I do kind of really like to elevate for my makeup look, is my lips as well. Because I kind of really have small lips and I just kind of like to kind of make them look fuller a little bit. What I actually like to do as well is before I overline, I like to blend the natural lip liner first, and then I go in and overline, and then blend more where I overline. And I love kind of blending it too because it really does look like I really like the Nina Park blurred lip look. So now I'm going to overline the Cupid's bow and the bottom lip. But before we go into the lipstick, I'm going to do an extra step. This is basically for just longevity of the lip combo, just so I can have it last all day. And there's no feathering. I'm going to take a little bit of the Laura Mercier powder and just powder the lips. Next, for a lipstick, I have been really liking this again. This is the Makeup by Mario matte lipstick in the shade Erin. It is such a nice shade, and I thought it would be perfect to pair with Almond. I'm just going to dab it on the lips to maintain that blurred lip look. Ah, so nice. I love that shade. And then I'm going to take my finger and blend that even more. So the last step, actually, what we didn't do for the brows, we actually did not apply a brow gel and fix the brows. So there is a spot I can see at the front of both brows, actually, that I can kind of reapply. And the brow pencil that I used today is the Revie Beauty Easy Everyday Brow Pencil. One of my favorites. It's so good. Then we can go in with the Rare Beauty Flexible Lifting Brow Gel. I cannot believe she came out with a tinted brow gel. I was so excited. I really do want to pick that one up. So I currently don't have a tinted one, and I would really like a tinted brow gel. For setting spray, one of my favorites, and this one does have sunscreen, so it's not like I didn't apply sunscreen. I didn't apply sunscreen, but I do have some sunscreen in this, which is great. This is the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. I did purchase the new One Size setting spray that I'm so excited about. I probably am going to be doing a video on that setting spray just to compare the two. I do have a travel size because I think my bigger aerosol can one, I think it's out or almost out. So I just wanted to use this one today. One thing that I do really like to do, I should have done this before setting spray, but my bad. I do like to go in with some sort of setting powder, but a pressed setting powder form, just to really finish the look. There's two that I have that I want to talk about. This one is a little bit more expensive, but it is my favorite, and this one I typically use for special occasions, and it is really good. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. This is in the shade Dim Light, and I do really love it. It is so pretty. Or something like the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is in the shade Breezy. I'm gonna use the Kosas one today. I just wanted to give you guys options, just in case you want to go for like the less expensive one. This one is less expensive than the Hourglass one, of course, but I just wanted to give a good variety of setting powders. And I'm just using it with the BK Beauty and Nikki Rose the N20 brush and just the T-zone. I'd love to know in the comments, what is your favorite setting powder? I would love to know. And I also do have another everyday makeup routine. I will link that right here so you can check that out for yourself. So I'll see you guys, so you can go check that out as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.